Okay, so everybody seems to be doing it. I figured, why not? We're going to jump on the train. We're going to give you kind of a revised, remixed final 53 roster prediction on this, the No Horse Around podcast.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys. So, really quickly, as you guys can see, not rocking. I've got my Colts shirt, but not rocking Colts hat today. This is Carson, Newman University. Thought I'd rock it today. My nephew is actually playing linebacker there and is having his first game this Thursday. You can stream it on YouTube. Go check him out. Uh, yeah, free shout out there. So everybody's kind of been talking about, we're looking right now, day before final roster cut downs to 53. What do they look like? A lot of people have given really in depth, amazing jobs, between like Drake Wally and Jake Arthur and Destin Adams and Zach Hicks. Everyone's kind of done theirs. We're not going to go into like this extreme depth. I really want to target and just kind of talk about kind of some key positions that I'm really interested to see and what I think that's going to shake out as when it comes to the cutting down of the roster, right? So let's start off the jump. We'll start with quarterback. We know that they're going to keep Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco. Are they going to keep a third quarterback? And if they do, who is it going to be? For years, it's been Sam Ellinger. Um, I'm a big proponent of Jason Bean. That's actually going to be my prediction for the quarterback one. I think they're going to keep Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco, and Jason Bean on the roster. I think they're going to cut Sam Ellinger and try to see if they can bring him back to the practice squad. Right? Why do I think that? I think Bean has a ton of, not a ton, more upside at this point than Ellinger, and he's younger and he's cheaper. And I kind of like that he's extremely mobile, like an Anthony Richardson, like a lot of the quarterbacks that the Colts are going to end up playing, that you're going to be able to really mimic him and kind of give good looks. I like the idea of Jason Bean making this roster. I think he was one of the kind of bright spots in the preseason too. Running back is another one, as you can see on the cover. I think Tyler Goodson makes the roster. Obviously they're going to keep Jonathan Taylor, Trey Sermon. I think it's Tyler Goodson. I also think they keep Evan Hull. I think they're going to roll with four running backs. It would kind of surprise me if they didn't. I think everyone showed well. I think that's a position that is needed in depth. I think we saw that last year. I think we've seen that in Shane Steichen's offense. So it wouldn't surprise me the least if they make the roster. Um, Wide receiver, I think that's kind of a given. That's not as interesting as the next one. I mean, wide receiver, obviously, you're looking at Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, A.D. Mitchell. I think Anthony Golden, Ashton Doolin both make it more for their special teams, obviously, than their wide receiving. But I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. Interesting name that you could see on the practice squad. Laquan Treadwell had a really solid preseason. I throw that name only because he is a former first round pick. He does have talent. Who knows? They may try to pass him through to get him to the practice squad. Tight end was going to be way more interesting, right? I've pounded my chest. I've beat the table, right? I love Jelani Woods and his potential. Him getting hurt the way he did, him being out for, 4 months with the toe injury, kind of made this way less interesting. Because the question was going to be is how many are they going to keep? Are they going to keep four? Right? Are they going to keep five? It was because you've got a Kylan Granson, you got a Big Mo, you got Drew Ogletree, who I love, and Will Mallory, who I love, right? All those ones. And you got Jelani. Him getting injured kind of gives an easy cop out to keep those four tight ends and put him on the IR. If he hadn't got injured, it was going to be really interesting because he didn't really show anything in the preseason. I actually think, and there might be a video in the future, that Drew Ogletree is probably the most talented all-around tight end that's on the roster between blocking and receiving and what he's able to do. But Jelani is supposed to be your tight end one. He can't get there because of injuries, but the injury kind of saved this a little bit this year in regards to who you're going to keep. Will Mallory's a really good receiving tight end. Kylan Granson needs to get on the same page, I think, with Anthony Richardson, but he is as of right now, not just based on potential, he's probably is your tight end one. But I mean, I think that was a really interesting one. Offensive line, we're not going to touch on that. Defensive line, they've already started to make cuts. We've seen some of those already come through. Corner, safety. I mean, we've seen kind of some of these cuts go through. I think that the most interesting positions are the ones that we've discussed. Quarterback, who are they going to carry as a third if they do it all? Running back, will they carry 4 or will they carry more? Will they carry less? Right? What about, tight end? What do we think about that? Wide receiver, we've talked about that. I mean, what are some of the things that we're going to see? Kicker, we saw Matt Gay struggle mightily. Is Spencer Schrader, but they did cut him already. But do you need to try to bring him, maybe slip him through on the practice squad, give a little bit more attention, press Matt Gay a little bit because of what he's done during the preseason? I mean, it's a very interesting thing to see. Ronnie Harrison Jr. was a really big surprise, I think. But at the same token, Nick Cross started playing really well the last 2 preseason games. I think they gained more confidence, and they didn't feel the need to bring Ronnie Harrison Jr. on the active 53, but he's probably going to be a practice squad guy. I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? What's someone I'm not mentioning, or is there a position that I've not mentioned that you're super interested to see and be like, hey, Steven, that's a really interesting one. You didn't talk about it, but this is what I think. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please, you guys, drop a comment in here to let me know what you think. We're going to keep going with it. We're entering season number 4 of the No Horsing Around podcast, which is amazing and kind of crazy to think about. Couldn't do it without all you guys watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all those great things that you guys always do. Follow us on X and Threads and YouTube, subscribe, and Instagram, all those good, Facebook, all those great places. They're still there where we drop the content. And as always, you guys, I love you. I know the Colts love you. I'm out.
Thank you!